This is Kickstart. My name is Gardy. It's 8:59. I'm going to kick this on the FM. I have a guest in studio. We're going to be talking about an organization that you need to know about. Here we go. Good morning. It's KHEA 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. My name is Gardy, and I have a guest that we are hanging out in studio. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to find out everything that she has going on. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so if somebody hasn't met you before,
Yeah.
What's your name, and then who are you here representing today?
Sure. My name's Carrie Donnelly, and I'm the director for Adria Women's Health, which was formerly called Pregnancy and Parenting Support Center in Texas City.
All right, so Texas City, we're here broadcasting in Lamarck, Texas City. They're almost like the same community, and you guys have been here in this area before. Y'all are moving, and there's some, I guess, new direction and leadership.
Yeah.
But if somebody is not familiar with the organization, what do you guys offer? What do y'all do?
Sure. So we are a pregnancy resource center, and there are over 2,000 in the nation. We're all independently ran ministries. We're a religious organization, Christian, nonprofit 501c3, and we have a mission to prevent abortion, essentially. And so we have education programs where moms typically earn as you learn, doing parenting classes, and then we also are launching a medical clinic where women that are in unplanned pregnancy can come in and get free resources and options counseling to hopefully prayerfully choose life.
Yeah. How important is it for you guys to have a clinic?
Oh, it's extremely important. That is really the heart of our ministry because we are after the abortion minded. And so that clinic where the education program, diapers, wipes, baby material, that's the side where after mom has chosen life and that we walk with, as any centers around the nation, we walk with that family. The medical clinic that we're launching this summer is so critical because this is, and even though Roe v. Wade and Dobbs is overturned and all this great things for our nation, abortions are still happening. Unplanned pregnancies, because of we live in a state of sin, there will always be unplanned pregnancies. And so this clinic that we are opening is when women are in that decision-making process. And so they have somebody that they can come to that's a Christian organization, that's professional, that has medical professionals, that is competing with Planned Parenthood to be able to have that ultrasound, that pregnancy test to confirm viability, and then have someone to walk through the options, right? And so they understand what adoption looks like, and maybe breaking some myths about conceptions of what adoptions we think they are versus how they are modern adoptions and open adoptions, talk about parenting, and then of course talk about abortion, and really where other clinics that are not pregnancy centers that maybe don't give the patient the information to make an informed decision. We talk about the risks of abortion. We talk about the potential side effects and consequences of that. So it is not only super exciting for this community to have this resource, but it is imperative for women in this county and for us as Christians in this county to have this, because this is what prevents abortion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we went on air, we were talking about, I think, Dr. Rowe, who I'm familiar with and my wife has been a patient under, and he's just a great person.
Yeah.
He's involved with the organization and the clinic as well, right?
Yeah, he is. He's our medical director. We also have an RN nurse manager. We have sonographers. So again, this is unlike what maybe we're hearing in our national media. This is not a fake clinic. This is a medical clinic that are following medical guidelines that's being ran by medical professionals.
Right.
And so again, this is something that we're doing, and we're doing well, right? We're doing well. So
I would say, Dr. Rowe's at the top of his field. So it's not like, hey, if someone was like, that's not a legitimate clinic, it's like, yes, it is. He is. Yeah. You'll have the best of the best.
100%. Right. And all of the trainings that we're going to, we're having, our nurse, flew all the way to California for additional training. I went through training out of Virginia through a program. And so
area, or what's required?
No, absolutely not. The only requirement is that there's a woman that is pregnant and that she is wanting to confirm pregnancy. And so the experience would be and will be when we start in the summer, is that she would come into the office. She would get a ultrasound, but before the ultrasound, she would get a pregnancy test. And so, yes, you can have home pregnancy tests, but to have a medical pregnancy test and to have a confirmation through an ultrasound to check viability of the baby and see how far along that the baby is really what attracts people, because most of us, almost everyone knows now in Texas that it's illegal, but we have moms at other centers that I'm speaking to that are coming in because they want to know how far along, so what type of abortion that they can have. And I do want to add here that 70% of Christian women have had abortion. So this is not for the unbelievers. This is also not just for baby Christians. Everyone can find themselves in places and things and do things, even as faithful believers in Christ. We see this all biblically throughout the Bible, and we can fall. And so there's that. It's just. It's an interesting thing when you see the statistics. And another thing, too, is that we are going to be including men. So 80% of the time, what we see in research is 80% of the time when the father has a voice and he is for keeping baby, the mother jumps on board, too. And so we are going to be incorporating mentors for men to be able to speak to men while they're in the waiting room to hear how they're feeling, because right now what men are being told is this is her body, this is her choice, and it's his choice too, right? And we believe that if it's mom and dad coming into that to that appointment, that for him to have a place to speak to a man about how he's feeling about the situation is important.
Going to the website, there's 3 things listed on the homepage. It says solutions, resources, and support.
Yeah.
And I think this was something we talked about before we went on the air, but I think the support doesn't end whenever there's a decision made one way or the other.
Right.
What do you guys do? What do y'all offer there?
Yeah. So after the clinic, we have an education program. So we have an intensive weekly 4-hour face-to-face program we call Adria University, and that's where there's intensive case management, lay counsel given, one-on-one face-to-face. They look at a parenting video per week that meet the needs. So if they're toddlers, potty training, or they're struggling with breastfeeding, or nutrition, whatever it is, they watch the video together, they unpack it, they pray together, they talk about short-term goals, long-term goals, and they do case management. In return, the mother gets incentivized by baby material. We also, this fall, we're launching our 24/7 dad class. So that's for men to be taught by men how to be fathers. That's an evidence-based curriculum that's used even in the secular world. We're going to have car seat safety classes. We have a lactation nurse coming in to help offer classes for that as well. College of the Mainland's connecting with us to be able to have job fairs and show moms different type of trade schools and education classes and things. And so and even more. So there's so many different programs, classes that we offer, because we don't just say, hey, at conception and at pregnancy, this is what is best, right? Mm-hmm. But we also follow them, and we follow them for several years until the child's a toddler. So yeah, we walk alongside them.
Yeah, and I guess everybody's situation is different, but there can be a lot of different circumstances that lead somebody to feel like this is my only choice, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I myself have been through an abortion, and I was a Christian at the time. And so that really does something to you, because when you commit a sin that you willfully commit and you know better, what do you do with that? And how can you be forgiven? And so I think the depth of grace that I had to experience, it enriched me in the compassion that I feel for women that have gone through an abortion, and especially Christian women that say, you know what, I can never be used now. I can never really be forgiven, or I can never forgive myself, most of which are serving faithfully in your church, and have, similar to sexual abuse, never share anything, will take it to their grave, have only shared with a few people. We have another program that we're starting this summer. It's an abortion recovery program, and it's a 9-week Bible study called Forgiven and Set Free. And so if anyone listening has experienced abortion and is a Christian and wants healing, they can contact us and be a part of that group. And I myself went through it, and it was so powerful. And so, so if you've had an abortion, but also, like you said, in the midst of it, it's so easy for us to say, I would never do. and then find ourselves in that situation. It's complex, it's messy, it's difficult, but we're here. Adria is here. And so when we speak of anything, whether you're a volunteer or staff or board member or whomever you are with Adria, it is so important for us that we do it with compassion and we do it in the love of Christ, because we don't just love the unborn. We love moms. We love women. We're for women. We're for women's rights, right? Which is to be free. And so there's nothing about what we do is in hate or is in judgment.
It's easy for someone, sometimes, as a Christian, like, oh, I would never do that. And you don't never know in your situation. And then looking at my own life, I do things all the time that I realize, hey, I shouldn't have done that, or that's a sin, straight up.
Yes.
And so it's easy to be judgmental of other people, but you never know until you're in that situation, or you have a family member in that situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, what do I do? I know what I should do, but still every day I know what I should do, and sometimes I don't do it anyways.
Right. I was speaking recently to one of the churches, and just kind of getting a poll. How many people have been in an unplanned pregnancy, and either because you're adopted yourself, or someone in your family, and maybe they did choose life. But we can, most people, I would say a large amount of people can either have gone through, or someone that they truly love or close to has gone through a situation where they find themselves in an unplanned pregnancy. Now, our resources might be different. Our stressors might be different. Pressures of losing our church family, or losing the community, or our dreams, or whatever the case may be, might be different. But I think a lot of people can say that they have someone that they love or themselves have been in a situation where they were not planning. And it's a tough decision, right? And so I want to emphasize that at Adria, we are pro-life, and that we want the mother to choose life. But we also want to provide a holistic approach of services. So for those that have already chose abortion or abortions, or even if they choose it after our clinic, just like the gospel, we can't make people come to Christ. We have to trust the Spirit, and we have to water the seed and plant the seed, and then trust the Lord. But whatever that they choose, we want to walk alongside them.
If somebody's hearing this and they want to get involved, are there opportunities for them to give, donate, if that's time or money? How can they do that?
Absolutely. We definitely want prayers. So if you can, please add us to your prayer list. Another thing is volunteers. If this is something that you feel led in your heart that, hey, I want to get connected and I want to volunteer, whether it be client-facing or not, you can always give us a call at 409-945-2888. You can email us at info@adriawomenshealth.org. For donations, you can donate on our website, and that's adriawomenshealth.org. And then also, we are in the middle of one of our largest fundraisers of the year. It starts on Mother's Day, and it's our baby bottle campaign. And this is where we have churches that partner with us, and they, on Mother's Day weekend, their parishioners are able to check out baby bottles, fill them with change, cash, or check, and then they return them by Father's Day. And so if you're a church and you're interested, or maybe you want your church to be interested, you can always reach out to us. We are actually in the throes of getting that ready. And so we would love for churches to partner with us as well.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah. It's something that a lot of centers do, but it's true. I mean, how many of us have change laying around, right?
I have a lot of change.
Yeah. And we have bottles for you to fill it.
Yeah. What other fundraisers are y'all going to be doing? I know there's a lot of change coming on, but I know, as a nonprofit, there's a bunch of things that y'all could do and ideas that I'm sure getting thrown around.
Yeah. So the other big fundraiser we have is our gala, which is in the fall. And so that can be something that people can be looking for. And so this really are the two fundraisers that we have. We have the baby bottle that's in, the spring, summer, and then we have our gala in the fall.
How much money does it take to run something like this, like ballpark? It seems like it could be a lot.
It could be a lot, and we hope that it'll be more. I think, you're looking at a little under $200,000 a year to run, but we are wanting to expand. Like I talked to you offline and here now, we want to be able to have our medical clinic operating 5 days a week on weekends, have a mobile outreach, and that takes staff. And so, people say, well, I have things to donate, or I'd love to help with baby material. That's wonderful, right? That's wonderful. And I love that. And we want that. We want you to continue to donate your baby clothes that's lightly used. We want you to continue baby wipes and diapers. But if you really are wanting to help our ministry, if you can monthly donate, even if it's $10 a month, it adds up, because what we really need, like I said earlier, what prevents abortion, where we can hit it at the forefront is in that clinic. When she's sitting down and we're able to go through options counseling with her, we're able to have an ultrasound, and they're medical professionals that we can staff, and we can have the bandwidth to do it 5 days a week, like Planned Parenthood. That is how you can get involved. No matter what your dollar amount, we're asking for monthly recurring contributions, and that would go to expanding our budget, right? Expanding because our mission is big, and our vision for this community is big. There are women right now currently in Lamarck, Texas City, Dickinson, San Leon, all of our southern Galveston County that are right now deciding whether or not they're going to abort their baby. And so the fastest possible we can start seeing this clinic open, which will be launching this summer and in June, which we're so excited about. And the faster we're able to expand our hours, the more babies and moms that we're impacting.
What kind of cost goes to the mom that's going there? What are they required to pay?
Nothing. Everything's 100% free. Everything is free. So ultrasound is free. Pregnancy test is free. The counseling is free. On the education side, you're looking at moms that are getting once a week, 1 hour a week with childcare included, one-on-one time, absolutely free. You're having 9-week Bible study, all the curriculum, all the material, free. Everything that a mother gets or a father gets, because we don't want to leave the father out, right? We have classes and things that we're creating for them as well, and the babies and the children. Everything is never a cost to them, and that's why donors are so critical for ministries like ours.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We talked, can you remind people, I guess, what's the website?
It's Adria, ADRIA, womenshealth.org.
Okay, so screenings, pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and then that support after, that's what y'all offer. There's a lot of really cool things. And somebody wants to follow up on you guys, and can they follow you all on social media, or do y'all have social media yet?
We do. So our Facebook is a closed group because, again, we are, for donors, we really want to be targeting our Gen Z abortion-minded clients. And so everything that you're going to see, ads and things like that, will be for clients. If you see our website, it says things like abortion screening, because that's what we're doing. We're saying, hey, you need to know how far along you are to know if you're going to have the abortion pill or have to fly to places like New Mexico to get a surgical abortion. So we use verbiage that appeals to them, but also being honest and not deceptive. And so because of that, if you want to get connected to our social media, call us or email us at info@adriawomenshealth.org, or call us at 409-945-2888, and we can get you that QR code or give you an invitation to join our closed Facebook group.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
We need so much prayer, and we really are calling on prayer warriors. We're calling on churches, and we want the local body of Christ to partner with us. We are so excited what God's doing in this ministry and what He's breathing in the life into it. And so, if you've ever had an abortion, if you know someone that has, please get the help, whether it be from us or somewhere else. And if you are called, you feel like this is something, yes, the Lord I want to help out, please reach out, because we would love for you to partner with us and volunteer.
Carrie, thank you for hanging out today.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.
This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.